Hi folks, welcome back to the Horde. What I'm trying to show you here is, look at that, my batteries are charged. Hardly any sunshine out here and my batteries are all charged up. Aren't you guys impressed? Don't have a lot of battery left, so I really got to make this quick. So it's almost 2 o'clock, April 7th, Monday, 10 degrees centigrade and 53 degrees Fahrenheit. I did a quick mock-up of the lift I'm thinking about. So this is what it is. Now, just quickly, and the way it's going to work in theory, and I've seen one of these on YouTube, and let's face it folks, everything on YouTube works, is picture this would be pinned here, and this guy would be pinned here, and this would be loose, and that would be loose. And there would be a platform pinned here and pinned way out there. So, and same thing for this side. So now I have a platform that more or less starts where the ruler is and goes completely out. This beam here might have to be longer. That's the long one that goes out here. So that beam might actually have to be a bit longer. So picture attaching to the platform right here, straight across here, right, attaching to the platform with a cable to a winch up high here, right. I don't know how good a job I'm doing with this. So as the winch tightens the cable, it begins pulling this upward, right, just like that, and eventually it'll get all the way up like that, given that that guy's also attached to the platform. It too will come up, as will those guys. So pulls the whole thing back, and now I'm all set up here. The bike's nice and high. The length I'm looking at for the platform, if you look at the tape, is approximately 72 inches long. And the reason why I mention this might have to be a tad bit longer, because depending on where the center of gravity is as you're lifting this affair upward, right? If the center of gravity is too far forward, the whole thing is just going to pivot on this point here and tilt, right? I mean, you're going to lift up that side, that's going to go up, this is going to come down, you know, and that isn't going to work. So I think these might have to be longer. They might not be long enough. From a thickness point of view, you can see how thick it is to the floor, right? So when it's down and the bikes are out, right, it's really pretty thin. See my muddy foot next to it, right, a couple of inches up off the floor. So that all looks pretty interesting, like it'll work. Picture it turned around so that this side is inside the garage. And also picture on this side a set of wheels, so that when there's nothing on it, I can, this is probably going to be a square box across here, right, that I can just kind of pick up on it and roll it around and move it to where I want to. But for now, picture that side on the inside here, right in the garage, space on both sides to walk around it, theory, eh? The things in the up position, I can have a bike on top. Width between here and here is 40 inches. Width between the back tires on this thing are 38. So theoretically, when it is in the lifted position, a bike could go right underneath it. Width of the platform I can actually make the width of the platform wider than this. This is about 44 wide. This guy here is a little, depending on whether you're looking at the tires or the body. All these seem to be, 42, 44 on the widest. So it will be able to accommodate the biggest bikes. So this is the project I'm personally considering. I will probably have to, for the base, do a little better than these pieces, probably something a little longer. Those look like they're about 5 foot long, give or take a little bit. I might have to go 6 or more. Well, this is 6 foot right here, so these guys are Who says Harbor Freight makes crap? Other than everybody. Oh, God. Yeah, this is 6 foot long. Probably what would make the most sense is getting them 7 or possibly even 8 foot long. That way it's a good stable base. Right, the last thing one wants is these things to go cattywampus and dump your stuff on the ground. You can see, like on this bike, the engine is pretty well mid section. On the three-wheeler, I think the weight is pretty much in the middle also. If you look at that, if it is off, I don't think it'd be any more than 60-40 one direction or the other. So anyway, this is the lift project I'm considering. Now that I'm laying it out, I'm more than considering it. I kind of like the idea of it. I already have the materials. I already have a winch and a few other things, so it shouldn't be all that big a deal to put it together. Alright folks, my battery light's blinking, so live, love, and have a great time. Tires down, handlebars up. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for subscribing. And once again, somebody already has this out on YouTube. The person seems to be a younger person who built it, and I forgot what he was lifting with it. I think he was lifting a tractor. So, yeah, I'd love this thing to be able to lift 500 pounds or so. The cable itself, the winch, is good for 1,500. Obviously, I'm going to have to build some additional supporting here because, flimsy, right? It's probably going to be boxed, and then I'm going to have to put an additional beam across, and that's going to interfere. So I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do it. Obviously, I need to put a little more thought into it. But, you got to start somewhere and go forward from that, eh? A little bit at a time. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how. Obviously, I can't just torque on this thing. It'll pull it right over. And then the arms are in the way, which means the arms have to go more forward. And the more forward they go, the longer the whole affair gets. But once again, the affair, it's relatively thin, right? So even though it's on the floor, who cares? If it's only a couple of inches thick, you can just run it over, right? It's not that big a problem. Anyway, this thing is going to suddenly stop, so let me stop talking. Once again, guys, take care. We'll catch you on the next episode of The Horde. Thanks for watching, commenting, and subscribing. Bye now.